It's a perfect place that I'm in at the moment, and there's so much to learn.
Definitely, because see, I understand your challenges because you guys are not very close to Bangalore as such, which is actually a coffee, which has that coffee culture. You guys are a little away from all this. It becomes very difficult for you to access to so many things, and it's a challenge. But it's nice. You guys are connected to the right people in the industry. That's very nice, and we guys are open to connecting to anybody in the industry.
Correct.
Yeah, as far as you guys are doing it ethically.
Hi, this is Paresh, and we are here with Sreeraksha today. He is the owner at Baarbara Plantations in Chikmagalur. Also, he runs a caffeine bar, The Caffeine Bar, which is a cafe and a roastery, and we are here with him today. Welcome, Sreeraksha.
Hi, Poornesh.
We'd like to know a little bit more about you before we get into the video.
Okay. Yes, I own the Baarbara group of estates, and soon after my education, I wanted to. I was not very keen on getting back to the estate, but just got back to the estate and to see what can be done, and then realized that we've got one of the best coffees in the country, as in the region where our estates are located is one of the best regions to grow Arabica coffees. And that's when I realized, okay, let me start doing some research over what coffees we grow. It took quite a lot of time. It took like 3 to 4 years, in fact, to identify and to get certain process right. Yeah, those 3 to 4 years were struggling, but now we found the art of processing right. And every year is trial and testing is always there. It's not that you've already perfected it and you've got it right. It's a never-ending process. But yeah, we've at least got our major washed coffees right. We've got our honey sun right, our naturals right, and we've done a lot of micro lots, which is again a continuous research. And yeah, this is what we do.
I can testify to the research because I've had the fortune of trying some of his micro lots, and they are the bomb.
Yeah.
Especially the one that I really favor is the pineapple fermentation.
Yeah.
And the one that I tried today, the frozen cherry, that is above par. That is just superb.
So at times we guys get lucky with the process, especially the pineapple fermentation. On year 1 we got it right, and it's been 4 years now. We've actually learned how to scale up the process also. Microlot scaling up is not very easy because you need to monitor a lot of things during the process, and to scale up in terms of quantity is very tough. But yeah, with pineapple we've managed to do quite a decent number now. But yes, with the frozen cherry, this year was one of our best coffees. What is the best outcome? But it's been 3 to 4 years it took us to get it right, because all 3 years we failed, and it happened to be one of the worst coffees on the table. But this year was too good. It was the best on the table, and we're very proud of it. We've won a championship also out of it.
Yes, I know. You mentioned to me earlier that it was one of the chosen products that you represented at the National Barista Championship.
Yes.
And I think it was the bronze that you won now.
We won the bronze medal.
It's okay. It's only the title, but it's such a phenomenal thing to see all of us participating together in such championships,
right,
and moving forward, looking beyond the competition,
correct,
and growing the community.
Right.
With growing the community, I remember one more thing. I was here in February. This was my first trip to Bangalore, and this was the first time that I met Sreeraksha through a friend of ours. I was welcomed with open arms. It was truly an experience. He wasn't able to come with us to the plantation because he was traveling at the time, but he made sure we were hosted. He made sure we were able to see all the processing, all the due diligences that he has at the back end, and the strong support team that he has, and the multitudes of workers that you have at the farm at the plantation level to kind of gather all the cherries right, process them right, and so forth. So it was truly my first most exclusive experience in my life.
Oh,
with
great!
Coffee.
Because see, firstly, we people from Chikmagalur are great hosts. Just not me. It's 9 out of 10 people from Chikmagalur are great hosts, and also yes, my team is very strong, and it's been 10 years we took to build such a big team. Every look and corner of the entire chain, we have specialists sitting there and doing the work. So that gives me a leverage to go out and see what's happening in the industry.
Right.
And so that during the peak harvesting time, December, Jan, February, I put myself there
Right.
in the field and I'm on it. Yeah.
Yeah, and also when we talk about the supply chain, like from crop to cup, it's truly a crop to cup experience with
yes,
you, because we
100%.
have the crops coming from you, the post harvesting being looked after by your team as well.
Yes.
Then you have the roasting here,
Right.
which is brilliant as well, and you're open to everything. You're open to selling in lots to other,
Yes.
like in terms of green beans, to other cafes or roasters, and you're also doing it on your own in your own bespoke manner.
Yes. So Caffeine Bar basically, how Caffeine Bar came into existence is basically we wanted a place basically to try and test our micro lots. So that's how we established a small cafe kind of a place where we can do our own micro roasting, and we can brew our coffees in whatever ways, espresso to all the all the manual brews, and to see which coffee performs good on which brew. So we wanted to identify all this, do a small research on how the microlaws actually stand out. Without this small facility, you really can't rely on another roaster, because he is worried about his expansion, or he is worried about how he has to scale up. But for us to identify and know what we are doing right or wrong, we need to have our own facilities. That's how the Caffeine Bar was actually established. And yes, we kind of scaled up, and we got a little more bigger roaster, which is right behind us. And with the roaster coming into the system, we actually complete the entire seed to cup journey from production to our dry mills. Then comes the roasting, and then comes the cafe. So we know if we are going wrong, if a cup of coffee is not good, we can actually go back and check where we are going wrong. So I don't think so. We are actually going wrong anywhere right now.
Of course.
Because every stage our people are doing their job, and we have specialists sitting on every stage of our process.
Right. But with the microlots, until the kind of process is set, until you're experimenting, I think having a caffeine bar concept or cafe is also important, because you get feedback directly from the customer.
Correct. So before even we actually give out samples, or before even we float our coffees to the market, we actually do all our trials here. See, basically this year we had around 10 to 12 lots which actually came onto the table, which we thought would do good, but out of that we discarded 3 lots, and we selected only the 7 or 8 lots. So this is how we shortlist. If we didn't have Caffeine Bar, we would have just given all the 10 lots or all the 12 lots to our roaster partners, and we would have been waiting for their feedback, and we would have been in a mixed feedback, and we wouldn't have realized which coffee is right or wrong, and it wouldn't have helped us go back to the farm and work in the right way. So now we know where we can correct ourselves with the Caffeine Bar.
Correct. Also, this bad boy allows you to share the recipe, for example, with other roasters. So you know that it is having some sort of a synonymity amongst the supply chain.
Correct. No, getting the roaster in our chain was always a dream, but it's all about the time. But finally, it's been 5-6 months we've got it, and now, in fact, I have my hands-on on it, because I want to have hands-on experience on the roaster, so that I get better knowledge, so that when I go back to the farm with processing, I want to just get it right. I do not want to miss it at the processing. Yeah, roasting is just another new thing which I'm learning now. Very, very interesting. I make sure that I'm there on it, even though there's another person operating it, but I am here throughout my roasting time. And I'm really enjoying doing this. I've learned a lot. The roasting language is quite different. How I sell green beans to a customer, roasting language is entirely different. It's very nice. I really enjoy doing it.
I'm also learning on the go, because even though I know the technical terms, sometimes it doesn't come very naturally, right? No, forget roasting. Roasting is far off for me. It's still going to take time. But something like, "Arey wo hai na? Arey grinder ke upar kya hota hai wo? Arey that way where you store the beans." And I just lose the word, like, hopper bro, like what is wrong with you, right? So it's a journey, and we're on it together, and I'm thankful that I have you guys. Actually, thanks to Suhas that he connected us. As a new baby in this industry, there were so many things that I could learn, and there are so many gaps to fill in MP. There are so many gaps. There are very, very few. I can't even count the players on my hand. In terms of roastery, we may have 2. In terms of cafes selling specialty coffee, in Indore, for example, I may have 4, not even 5. There are more in the making now, and I'm happy to be there in this position to be able to get them to access with you to be able to exchange some coffee there,
Right.
to let them learn from you guys and then proceed from there. So it's a perfect place that I'm in at the moment, and there's so much to learn.
Definitely, because see, I understand your challenges because you guys are not very close to Bangalore as such, which is actually a coffee, which has that coffee culture. You guys are a little away from all this. It becomes very difficult for you to access to so many things, and it's a challenge. But it's nice. You guys are connected to the right people in the industry. That's very nice, and we guys are open to connecting to anybody in the industry.
Correct.
Yeah, as far as you guys are doing it ethically.
Between my journey from Feb till now,
Okay.
what do you think has changed? Like, how do you find me?
Oh,
I want to get some compliments.
When you messaged me yesterday saying you want to have a shoot, I was like, okay, what do these guys want to do? I had this question mark, but today when you came and briefed about what you want to do just before this video, I was like, okay, in this last 6 months, I think we've just dispatched few beans to you, 2 times or once we've dispatched few beans, and along with this beans, what kind of
traction could I have got?
What else he would have done with this beans, And now he's come over again to take a shoot. It was a big question mark in me. And when I was just talking to you just before this, oh man, you've actually worked really hard. In the last 6 months, you've actually gained quite a lot of knowledge. Like any person would have taken 2 years. That means you worked really hard towards it.
Correct. So I'm trying to get my 10,000 hour mark as close as possible, so that then I can call myself an expert, a true expert, right?
No, it's very good. The journey it's not very easy, But if you get connected to the right people in the industry, like as you said, Suhas connected you to me, and it's so nice. The industry is very small.
No, even you connected me to the Swisspac guys. You connected me to Drupal. There's so many connects that just happened here in one trip.
Yeah, you guys are open to it. So anytime, any help. As far as people are doing some ethical business and appreciate what we do,
it's perfect, right?
We are open to anything.
Correct. Just one thing I wanted to check with you in terms of the cafe.
Okay.
It might not be a very big issue here,
okay,
but workforce supply, workforce requirements are high, and the supply is very less.
Correct.
Especially in my region.
Okay.
So do you face the same kind of thing here?
You mean the workforce is less here?
Yes, in terms of the cafe, where, for example, we are talking about qualified baristas who can serve a decent cup, who can have knowledge about the coffee that they're serving and have a conversation.
Yes, we definitely are facing, as you know, Bangalore is a place which has that coffee culture. There are a lot of cafes, a lot of opportunities for these guys to actually go out and there are many people to pull them up also in terms of if they want to get into roasting or if they want to get into be a barista. There are a lot of cafes here today, and not many people are actually able to stick on. But we keep motivating our guys, saying you will definitely see a brighter future with us because of the entire connection what we have with the industry and the entire chain. Say, for example, how we actually have Sanjeevani, who won the bronze medal at the NBC. She's actually seen the growth of what Caffeine Bar is today. She's seen the quality of coffees, the collection of coffees what we have today, and what we are doing, the roasting part, the brewing part, the customer base, and the connections what we have. So she's happy to work here. So that's how we motivate our thing, and we've also given all our baristas or anybody, we've given them an opportunity here. So it all depends on how they actually make use of the opportunity.
True.
It's an offer.
True.
And,
I think
it depends on them how they take it.
Correct. When you say this, I also get an idea that I should probably in future do a video where we are talking about the various skill levels or the various professions within the coffee industry that anyone can enter into. It's a low barrier place. It's about your enthusiasm and how much you want to practice and move forward, I think.
Definitely, there's a huge opportunity in the coffee industry. You can get into so many things in coffee, just not being a barista.
True.
You can be a roaster, you can be a cup taster, you can be a barista, you can be a senior barista, you can be anything. You can be a barista just to attend competitions. You can practice for your competitions.
Absolutely.
We see there are a hell lot of competitions every month, every alternate months today there's competitions in India, which is very nice. We guys get motivated to us. We look forward for something like that. We just finished NBC. We're going to enter into another event called Coffee Sante, which is coming up on October end, and there they have the Best Women Brewer Award or something like that coming up. So that's very interesting.
Tell me about it, man. This is something very key.
So this is happening on the October 28th or 29th or 30th or something like that.
In Bangalore?
In Bangalore. It's organized by the Women Coffee Organization or something like that. Sorry guys.
No, we'll tag it for you. Don't worry.
Yeah. So these guys are very, very active, and they actually do Coffee Sante as an event, which is very big now. it's nice, and they actually supporting the women baristas now, and they're having a special event only for women brewers.
Fantastic.
Yeah, which is going to happen in the next 2 months. So, 2 of our baristas are going. We have 2 women baristas. We've told them whatever said and done. One barista is just 4 months old into brewing. We've told her nothing doing. You're going to go, whether you have little experience or not. We are going to push her. So this is what we support them.
True.
It's not that she is just 4 months into it. We do not want to hold her back and say you're not going. You're going next year. We don't want to do that. Yeah. So after the NBC, I in fact got back to my cafe and I told my other boys, guys, it's been, I know you, it's been few months. You guys have been at the cafe and new into coffee. But next, whichever competition is going to come up, I want everybody
pinpoint focus towards
to
that.
be there and be a part of the competitions.
True.
Don't be like, sir, I don't know how to speak, I don't know how to brew. We'll give you all the possible support, but I want you guys to be there.
Correct. It's again coming together as a community because there's such a lot of learning.
Correct.
I'm going to have a word with Sanjeevani later.
Good.
And I think this is what I want to know from her.
Correct.
Like, competition is a part.
Yes.
You won, brilliant.
Yes.
Even if you didn't win,
Right.
there's such a learning there with so many people from across the areas coming in.
Definitely.
And you get to communicate and learn so much more.
She's met a lot of people, even she couldn't dream that she would be up there on the podium. And fantastic opportunity. She gave her best, and we had Geetu as her trainer.
Right.
She was on it from the last 25 days. She
Right.
didn't let her go here and there. Everyday sessions, everyday training, everyday corrections. And yeah, I was working, and Sanjeevani and me, in fact, both of us were working on the roasting here, how to roast that particular coffee. Since we both are new into roasting, and it was so nice to get that roast right. And we have bigger people, so many big judges out there who are judging.
You get the
We had
visibility.
Sonalini Menon, ma'am, and we have so many big people who are judging the show. And in fact, I had to talk to ma'am about it. Ma'am, how's the coffee? She's like, coffee was fantastic. And this is the feedback you get. And
it's such a nice
such
thing
a good
to,
feeling.
yeah, it's a good feeling. You're
It's
right.
such a good feeling to be there up on the podium.
So, in terms of the competition, what's new for us is for the first time in 6 years, we are having the Indian Aeropress Championship happening in Indore for the absolute first time.
Wow, super.
If I was to count the number of Aeropress machines they have in Indore,
Right.
I would say less than 10.
Okay. Is it?
Yes, less than 10.
Okay.
And we've taken
how
up
many
this.
participants?
We don't know yet. We're still building. So as of now, we have registered 12
Okay.
who still have to buy the equipment.
Oh.
Some of them still don't have
Okay.
it. Like,
and
you know,
what's the date for the competition?
25th of September. Just
long
1
way to
month
go,
from
long
now.
way to go.
1 month from
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
But all my initiatives are towards that. These videos are to enlighten people on what the industry is, where all can you grow,
Oh, nice.
and why is it important to participate in competitions.
Right, right.
And so on that basis, I'm kind of building this right now.
Fantastic. And okay, guys, this is to guys who want to get motivated towards coffee in Indore. If at all you get to see the video or meet Paresh, just go ahead, register yourself, buy an Aeropress, not very expensive. Go for it. You learn a lot. You get to meet a lot of people. Coffee as an industry is you have a lot of good people coming up there, and it's all about building connections.
True.
And it's a small community.
We're actually having 2 more workshops in September
Okay.
to kind of get more traction going.
Nice.
And then we'll focus on the participants only
Okay.
to kind of polish them a little bit.
Okay.
And then they're all on their own. Once I give them the coffee, which is by Zanagi
Okay.
from
lovely.
you guys, and then we send it to all of them, and then that's it.
Nice.
Then I'm hands off. Then it's all up to you.
Okay.
Learn, practice, and move forward.
No, good. It's a good initiative by you because I see just not Indore. I've seen places like Nagpur and how coffee as a culture. I think there's one brand which actually just pulled them off, the champion Mithilesh. So he was one guy I think who just pulled off the coffee culture at Nagpur. That's also a smaller place like Indore, which just didn't know what is coffee.
Yes.
And these guys are doing
But we've
fantastic.
had so many success stories over the last few years. We've had Surat. The evolution of the coffee industry there
definitely, man.
just in the last
I was
4
there.
years.
I was there at Surat 4 months back, and I
Right.
saw the amount of cafes,
Yeah.
the most expensive machinery out there.
True, and I hear stories like, no, if your cafe doesn't serve a V60, why do you even call it a cafe?
Great.
There are people coming and saying this,
I
like patrons
know.
are saying this.
Great. So Surat was one place which actually kicked off in India with the cafe culture.
Right.
That was one. But there are many places, many big roasters, many big brands coming up. Good. Everybody should actually try to do some ethical business. Just not getting into coffee is just not the thing. They need to focus. They need to work
True.
hard and do justice to good coffee.
Right.
Right.
It's perfect. On that note, I think we are calling it the end of the shoot for today.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time once again. It's always appreciated. Whatever little time that you can give us, it's
No problem.
just truly humbly
Anytime,
saying
anytime,
thanks again.
anytime.
And we look forward to seeing you in the next few videos, maybe with more details on roasting, maybe more details with
Definitely.
post-harvest.
Please come over to the farm. We'll show you our processing unit and everything. You know,
You're there for the next season for 3 months. I will definitely drop by at your busiest hour and then take time
We'll
from
give you time. We'll give you time. Anytime.
Thank you so much, Sreeraksha.
Thanks
It's
for
been a
having me over.
pleasure.
Thanks, Paresh.
See you guys. Bye-bye.